tremendous looking trophy.
Hello, welcome to Platinum Explosion, #1 PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Dylan Blight. Joining me, as always, Ashley Hobley.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here.
I feel like there was like a period, maybe it was like 3-4 episodes ago, where I did like a long one for just some random reason. And then I've just like kept it up since. Like the first one wasn't necessary, but ever since then I'm like, is this a bit now? Am I just doing it? Now that I've talked about it, is it no longer a bit? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or have I just cemented it as part of the show? Who's to say? Who can really make up the rules? Who can tell me what to do? No one but me. I'm in charge. This is my boat now. I'm the captain. This week on the show, not much news.
Were you ever not the captain?
Who's to say? Only me. No, I was always the captain. Just fucking. I wanted you to feel like you had a choice here at any point, but nah. I've always been the captain. Yeah, there's not much news. We're still obviously this whole past week everyone was just buying shit and then not really releasing game news, and so that was how that worked. And then I don't know how much will happen this week. See if anything crazy happens, but of course Game Awards are next week, so I fully expect there to not be much PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, what have you news in the lead up to the Game Awards, because I presume most people are just going to hold it to around there, unless someone wants to sneak in something, a little bit of sneaky news before then. If they're not involved, they're like, oh, we didn't get asked by Jeff, let's release something. Could happen, who knows, but otherwise probably that quiet period before the storm, and then it'll be quiet again. But there's not really a quiet period these days. Talking about buying shit though. Buy anything on Black Friday? Fridays?
No.
Nothing throughout the entire period.
No, I kept looking at stuff. I'm like, do I need a new gaming headset? Do I need another DualSense? Do I need another hard drive? Like, and I just never pulled the trigger.
Can't believe you didn't buy anything. That's such a boring answer. Like, not a single thing. Shocking, yeah. Absolutely shocking.
I mean, there's still time. We're recording Monday.
Black Friday's over. So I'm telling you, it was over.
Cyber Monday.
No, Cyber Monday. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's over by the time you listen to this. So.
Black Friday is always a thing until Cyber Monday. How'd you cope? I
mean, horribly, because I work in retail. But
But this is your first time like in somewhere that's affected by Black Friday.
I hate it. I've gone home very angry at several points in the last couple of days. So anyway, that's fine. Don't really need to talk about that. I hate the words Black and Friday mixed together, and I never want to hear them next to one another again for the rest of my life until next year. Fuck off. Anyway, fucking sales, hey, weird. But then I did buy stuff. Well, I brought one thing. I just brought one thing. Amazon had the DualSenses. I think that was 78. Somewhere there. 78? Some
75.
75, yeah. It was pretty fucking low, so I brought a black one. Because I have not destroyed... Do I have it? Right. For the video viewers, I can show. So, I got sent these lizard skins for DualSense. So, I put them on one of my controllers to be testing out. And I could technically peel these off afterwards, but I was like, oh, I could just leave it as is. Got another one. And then those DualSenses were cheap anyway, so I've now ordered a black one. So I'll have a white DualSense. I'll have another white DualSense that now has these lizard skin grip things on them, and then I'll have a black one. I was going to write like a little quick thing saying if they're shit or good or helpful or not. They're pretty good. I don't really love the way it looks. I don't think it's not really my particular.
You don't like the design?
Yeah, I mean they're all sort of like that. This is like that camo-y type looking stuff or whatever, but not really my.
Because that's vibe. What you want. You want your controller to
disappear when you forget where you put it.
To the bush.
Yeah, to the bush. Yeah. But I mean, like as a function thing, they certainly help. Like I was playing like Call of Duty the other week or whatever, a bunch with just this, and like they're really good. And then the battery went dead, and I had to switch to my one without it, and I was like, oh, this is a very slippery controller. I didn't feel like the controller was ever slippery before, but it was just because I got used to once I could have an alternate option. So they are good. If you feel like I guess it helps like for long sessions as well, more so than, especially also I guess the type of game you're playing, like, you know, playing a shooter where you don't have to like regrip or, you know, anything like that. And they're comfortable. It just fits. So yeah, lizard skins, I can't remember how much they cost, something like that, because I got set them for free. But I think I saw in the EV games over there. There's like $20, $18. I don't know, something around that. So that's the thing. So the only thing I brought was the DualSense, black DualSense, because that was pretty cheap. Amazon, $75 or whatever. So, which is all right. Not that expensive. Although I did recently also just buy a new TV that is completely unrelated to the Black Friday shenanigans. That was just
unrelated.
I mean, yeah, I didn't buy it for Black Friday. I bought it because I could get it because I got a cheap one. But I have upgraded my TV. I'm now in OLED TV land. I haven't played too much games on it, so I don't really know what you
probably won't be able to tell the difference.
No, I can tell fucking, oh boy. It's a new world. Like, oh boy. So just quick.
Sure, you just didn't clean your glasses and that's why you noticed the difference. Yeah.
Here's all done. So I've been playing some Halo the other night. I know it's not really helpful for this podcast, but I was playing some Halo. Looks really good. I got the LG C1 for people who want the model numbers. So I got LG C1. Now this is a very good TV for gaming. Not only is it OLED, but it looks fucking fantastic, but it has all of the HDMI points to 2.1, which means you can get 120 frames per second, 4K, and all the shenanigans that way. So all the Xbox stuff now enabled, 120 hertz, 4K. Off you go to the races, Halo, whatever. Playing some Call of Duty campaign because I've still got like a couple missions of that. I played one mission of Call of Duty last night on PS4. Switched that to 120 frames. Beautiful. It also has, if you you press the settings button on this TV, it tells you the frame rate there on the screen, what's actually happening, or just the HDR brightness. There's a couple different settings, presets for shooters, RTSs, default one. What a good purchase I've made. What a beautiful purchase for someone like me who can tell the fucking difference. And you're still over there with your fucking standard definition 15-inch TV.
You sound like someone trying to sell me an NFT. That's what it sounds like.
I'm trying to sell you a fucking TV, not an NFT. Fucking, I'll give you a non-fungible token. It'll be a fucking TV upgrade token. But yes, I'm quite enjoying it. I watched movie-wise for people who are intrigued. I'm not sure really a podcast, but if you want to be like, oh, TV, OLED. So I watched the first man scene where he lands on the moon. That was the first thing I put in because I purchased that the other day. That looks really fucking good because obviously it has a lot of just dead black all around. And that shit looks awesome.
That's what you want.
Hey?
That's what you want, dead black.
Wait, do you know how you don't know how OLEDs work? Do you? No.
No.
All right, so OLED, for people who don't know,
they like show you a picture, right?
No. So the quickest way to explain the difference between OLED and your normal TV is that OLEDs can achieve like pitch blackness. They can go completely dark. They can switch off like all the individual like the pixels or whatever you want to call it on the screen, and there's no like bleed or what have you. They can achieve actual pitch perfect darkness, and the opposite of that as well, pitch bright white. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, which means you get a lot more brighter, darker colors, uniform, and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, it helps everything. However, in a scene like this, it just means it was like super crisp, stood out, fantastic. It's shot in IMAX as well. It was fucking beautiful. I loved it. And then I watched about 20 minutes of Into the Spider-Verse. That looks fucking fantastic too. All the colors and everything like that. Yeah, so awesome though. I'm enjoying my TV purchase that was purchased around Black Friday, but wasn't solely a cause of Black Friday. And then my DualSense will get here. So that's all my Black Friday stories. You have none, so that's boring. You've played a little bit of Death's Door though. How are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's pretty solid, you know. Soundtrack's really good. Like, that's the thing you notice because there's no spoken dialogue. I don't know why I thought there would be, but there's not. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Obviously, you're running around killing things. Obviously, with the occasional big boss fight. My one thing is I wish there was health bars. That would be really helpful. I feel
for you or enemies?
For the enemies. Okay. You have you've got the health bars, obviously, the little lives or dots or health. But yeah, tell me, I've got to fight this giant house thing.
Most of the enemies, they visually tell you. They'll get
they start to crack after a while, but it's like, give me a little bit more than that, you know, please. You Even though it's an artistic choice. It's like fine, whatever. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It never feels like this is always the best thing when it feels like when you die, it's not the game's fault, it's your fault that you did something wrong. You didn't string your attacks together properly, or you didn't dodge quickly enough, or there's enough clues there that you could have avoided it and you didn't. So yeah, I'm really liking it. I just need to find time to like sit down and get through. It's like
it can be hard.
There's a couple of like puzzle elements and stuff, and I clearly see like Metroidvania-esque things. I'm like, I need to get something to get that thing over there. Yeah. And then the other thing is, I wish that you could collect the souls quicker. So you could cash them in to get upgrades faster.
Oh, you don't have to travel all the way back to the base.
The door, yeah. No, but just even the collection of souls, it's like, 2 or 3 souls for each person. It's like, you need to get 600, 400 for an upgrade. And then obviously it goes up higher. So I assume once you beat bigger bosses, you get more souls and that kind of thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much. You'll get there plenty enough. Unless you want to... I guess they don't want to... The small enemies
They don't want you to grind.
They don't want you to grind to overpower quickly, to get like extra health and attack speed and whatever. So that's good. I was tempted to buy it, but then I was like, I ain't gonna fucking play it. Like I've played it. Death's Door is very good. One of my favorite games of the year. If you haven't played it before, pick it up. It's now out on PlayStation. How much is it? Do you know? Remember?
$29, something like that?
$30. Yeah, I think I had a pre-order like 10% off, 20% off, something like that. But anyway, it's $30. Definitely worth playing. Definitely going to be Game of the Year contender in a lot of people's lists. I think definitely on my short list for best game of 2021 for sure. Absolutely love it. So I would highly suggest checking out PlayStation if you haven't been able to play it anywhere else. Apparently the platinum's not as hard as I thought it would be. People have got it.
People have been getting it, so
PC profiles, plenty of people have got it, so
I assume like there must be a new Game Plus version where you can keep all your upgrades.
I don't actually know.
Because, the big thing is you have to use the umbrella, which is...
It does less damage.
It does half damage.
Yeah. Which isn't like...
So you either...
For a lot of people, that's like half damage. Not the end of the world. But
you just have to hit it twice as much. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Which is easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah. I just thought you had to play through the game twice, but if people are doing it that quick, I don't know, I'm just surprised that maybe you don't have to. Maybe because maybe where I found because I found the umbrella after beating the first boss in my original playthrough, but maybe you can get there earlier because I think the umbrella is in the home area, like the home little area, whatever you would call that. I can't remember, but it's not like in the Souls world or whatever. So maybe you can get it right from the start of the game or something like that. I don't know. That's cool. Yeah, so check out Death's Door. The game, only PlayStation game I've got to talk about is a little game I played this past week. Then I added to my Platinum account right after recording last week's episode talking about 1,000,001 Platinums. Got another Platinum. Got it for a game called Deeeer Simulator. There's a review on explosionover.com as well if you want to check it out. I think I gave it like a 5. This game is fucking nuts. It's off its absolute nutter. It is best described as a meme game. Obviously, it's sort of in the vein of Goat Simulator or whatever. Like you play as a deer. You're in this world. You can wave at humans. You can put antlers on the head, and then they chase behind you doing the Naruto run for some reason. Like there's no reason for them to be doing a Naruto run, but they do. And then the whole idea of the game is there's 2 levels or 2 maps or whatever you want to call it. And then you just go around. You'll start killing people, like hooving them in the face, or just whatever. Eventually you'll start getting guns. The guns attached to your head or your side, like they're somehow just strapped into this body. Then you can start shooting people, shooting buildings. You basically build up like a GTA, like destruction meter. It goes up and up and up each level. Once you go from one level to another, the police will come after you. The police in this game aren't police, they're sheep and other animals. And they'll come out and they just sort of chase you. The sheep are real easy to kill. And then all of a sudden you got other sheep and they have guns and they're shooting you and they got laser weapons. And there's other sheep, they're like transformers and they'll transform between like police cars and sheep, and there's sheep on top of sheep. And then the big boss of the first level is like a giant corgi the size of Godzilla that combines with a bunch of other animals, and that transforms and shoots lasers and like tries to bite you. And it's fucking wild is the is the game. It's nuts. Like it plays like ass, like sort of purposely, which is fine to a degree. Like I did that. Like the glitches, I was like sort of annoyed. I'm like, I understand the game's meant to play like sort of fucked up, and that's the whole idea. The sort of charm of it. There, like, but I'm like, get rid of the actual legit glitches. Anyway, the platinum's not hard. I figured it out. You know, I got most of the trophies by the time I beat the game, 2 levels or whatever. But it's basically like you have to play through the game once, do one ending, then go back to the just replay the last level again and choose the opposite choice at the end of the game to get the true ending, or vice versa, whichever choice you made first. And then basically every other trophy you'll get just by like killing X amount of sheep, and then there's a bunch of quote unquote mini bosses or optional bosses, which includes like in the first level, if you look up on a tower in the middle of the city, there's a giant koala bear just hanging off it for some reason. And if you shoot it, it'll start attacking you and it shoots laser eyes at you. And then you have to like fight that thing. And then there's also like a giant fish in the sky. And if you shoot that, it'll start fighting you. And then in the second map, there's a monkey that you can make appear if you destroy enough shit in the middle of the city. And if you shoot that, it'll start attacking you. And that thing like bashes its arms together like its little clappers and sends like shockwaves at you. I don't know, some weird shit. There's a trophy for riding a cow as a deer because reasons. Yeah.
Sure.
So easy platinum. It let's see. What's PSN profile say? It took me. Does it say how long it took me? Oh, did it take me? It took me 2 hours 29 minutes to get the platinum. So, I mean, longer than the ones I was talking about last week, but also not long in the scheme of video game length and time. Let's talk about a couple news stories. Firstly, next season of Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout kicks off December 1st. Might want to jump back in, Ash. Might be our time to finally see if we can play the game again, because it never lets us usually.
Play it together, yeah.
Yeah, fucking stupid ass game. So Party Spectacular will feature 5 new rounds, a bunch of new costumes, of course, 50 new tiers in the Fame Path, and like a bunch of new rewards. The parties are such. Party Promenade. Party starts here in our wildest gauntlet to date, packed with all new obstacles in a celebration of clumsiness. Navigate your bean through zooming vacuum tubes, dodge water balloon cannons, and swing to victory on the awesomely acrobatic trapeze bars. And you've got Full Tilt, a fiendishly fresh take on Fall Guys Classic. We're debuting the dazzlingly new 360 seesaws in a treacherous race to the finish. Beware of force fields and rapid rotating bars, primed to beat you off the festival lineup. Pipe Dream, a totally tubular dash to the finish line. Every trip to the Pipe Dream brings a different maze challenge, with each vacuum tube potentially leading to stumbling peril. You may meet flippers and fans, perilous pivoting platforms, or, no spoilers, airtime. Your Fall Guys flight to airtime is now departing. Strive to stay in the air for as long as possible via outrageous displays of aerial agility. Swing on trapezes and practice your fancy footwork on conveyor belts and rotating platforms. And if you fail, drums and flippers await to put you back in the limelight. And then finally, Leading Light, in the greatest game show in the universe. Who wouldn't want to be in the spotlight? But fame isn't easy when you're tumbling over turntables and floundering over fans. Beware, as crafty beings won't want to share the headline slot, using force fields to disrupt your flow and become the center of attention. And most importantly, crossplay will be going live with this season, which could be a hot mess, but also what I'm hoping will hopefully mean they put a lot of effort and work, thanks to the Epic money, into the back end of the game, and means that if we go to play it and not many people are playing on PlayStation, then we can play the people on PC and vice versa, and hopefully they'll help with some of the issues that we've been having.
I don't think there's going to be a massive difference between the people playing on keyboard and mouse and people with a controller.
As long as it increases the overall shared player base, because the games, at least when we go to play together, we always have trouble. So I'm just hoping that this will alleviate that.
Yeah, and depending on times and stuff.
And that sort of thing. So, and I'm also hoping it means that they put work into the back end to overall strengthen the game's server issues that we've run into time and time again. This is the first season where the Epic money is sort of coming into play, and they've put some changes in. They also got a Sackboy event kicking off, so that's exciting. But all of those new games look cool. Yeah? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
What do you...
Yeah, I mean, the more support for Fall Guys, the better. I mean, it's been over a year now, so season 6, like, it looks very cool, like, very much circus themed, I guess. But yeah, cool that we're getting another Sackboy event. You know, we can get the Sackboy costume, and it looks like Jin apparently is part of the pass this season, Fame Path. You know, so you can get Jim costume as well, which is interesting because apparently there is cross progression with
so
PC.
They'll be on PC as well.
So you can get all your PlayStation costumes on PC.
Is that weird though in the world we're living in now where PlayStation's publishing PC games? It's not really that shocking though.
I guess not really, but it's weird that you'll be able to play as Jin in Fall Guys before you'll be able to play Jin in Ghost of Tsushima, potentially on PC.
True. Or Ghost of Tsushima for PC confirmed. Dun dun dun.
Maybe.
We'll see. Anyway, it'll be live, what day? For probably our Thursday, I guess. This coming week. I assume. Oh, actually, no, I think I got that off an Australian press release, so probably our Wednesday then. Yeah. No, I did. That was off an Australian press release, so December 1st must be today. Alright. Six Axis writes, PlayStation Home has been long dead. However, the PS3's virtual social space will soon be making a return thanks to die-hard fans. Destination Home is a community of game preservationists who have been busy at work to restore and share a playable version of PlayStation Home. An offline version of the revival project is already available to download and play on modern consoles and emulators. Having partnered with Team at PS1, PlayStation Home would be brought back online where users can join private or public sessions. If worth noting that this is a work in progress, fan favorite spaces such as the Hub, Playground, and Bowling Alley will make appearance, though there will be plenty missing as the project remains under development. A full list of features and content is upcoming in the upcoming builders coming. Sony officially pulled the plug on PlayStation Home back in March 2015. It had launched in late 2018 and continued to expand, though never became as integral to the PS3 experience as Sony might have hoped. Still attracted a zealous fan base who was sad to see it go. Do you know or remember or know anything about PlayStation Home? Or is this like not really a thing that you...
No, it was not really a thing, but I do, like, obviously it was I don't know, I guess a Second Life-esque kind of MMO kind of space where people just kind of hung out and like did small activities. It was a weird thing to do in general. But I've seen like YouTube videos about people's love for the home and how it was kind of just a thing that got tossed together and kind of was the black sheep of the PS3 generation.
I booted it up a handful of times over the PS3 generation there, especially any time that they like had an event going and I tried to funnel players into PlayStation Home to like do stuff, you know, like, oh, this trailer is playing at the movie theater in there, or, you know, you can get this costume thing, or, you know, like all this sort of random shit that they'll try and do. I never got why and how people would spend so much time in there. I still don't understand why there's people rebuilding this as a thing. Like, it was such a bare bones experience compared to other online games that you could do and play and hang out with friends in. The most you could do is like the bowling alley thing, like as like the most sort of hands-on activity you could sort of be doing. Otherwise, it was just people standing around in these big empty spaces talking, I guess, or like just doing emotes and writing random text shit that appeared above their heads or whatever. But it was just so empty. Like, it's kind of what people do in like VR chat now, I guess, to a degree. But because that's in VR and you're there and you're moving your hands around and whatever else, and you can play as fucking anime characters, I guess that has, I can see the appeal there. But yeah, I never got PlayStation Home, and this was such a weird story. I'm like, why are people spending so much time and money and effort on...
People love that for some reason.
It is really weird. I do not get it, but more power to you, I guess. Six Axis also writes, Uncharted 4 multiplayer may have been axed for PS5 and PC, sorry, PS5 and PC. It looks as though the online multiplayer for Uncharted 4 or Thief's End may not be making its way to the upcoming PS5 and PC re-release. Earlier this year, it was announced that both Uncharted 4 and its standalone DLC Lost Legacy are being remastered as one big package. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection has now been rated by the ESRB with no mention of multiplayer. Fans will be dismayed to hear. When the ESRB rates games, it highlights online features. For example, for Halo Infinite, it specifically mentions user interactions and in-game purchases in its summary. While the listing for Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection may be erroneous or missing information, it has led to speculation that the PS5 and PC version of the PlayStation hit will axe the co-op and competitive modes. A release date for the collection has yet to be announced, though. It will likely land in sometime for Sony's upcoming Uncharted movie starring Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. It's due to finally hit cinemas on February 18th, 2022. Do you reckon people get upset about this? Or like, I mean, I know you personally
probably
don't care, but like,
people get upset about everything, so
well, yeah, I guess that's true. But like, do you, like, so I never got into Uncharted multiplayer, but I also never really got into The Last of Us multiplayer, and I understand there's people like Buddy and whoever else who are like massive like fans of that sort of thing. But have you ever seen people get like really into Uncharted multiplayer? Like, have you ever? I don't recall it being huge, like as a thing.
No, I don't. Like, I've seen like the emotes and like all the characters doing dances and that kind of stuff, but I don't think I've seen people talking about actually playing it, the multiplayer.
Yeah, I remember. Actually, that's funny. I remember the dances and the emotes. It's fucking dumb. Like why they tried to like, I don't know. Like the thing is, like Uncharted multiplayer. Because I'd play like a couple matches. Like I'd play it once to get the trophies, and then because I was already in there, I'd play for like another half hour, 45 minutes or whatever, just play a few more rounds and whatever. It's alright. It just always felt like it would have potentially done better in a different world where it was released separately, free to play, like separate sort of thing. Maybe it would have done a bit better then, but yeah, I find it weird if people get annoyed about this. I would understand more so if the PS5 people got annoyed, because I guess like that's more likely where the people who enjoyed Uncharted 4 multiplayer on their PS4 may have been getting excited. I'm sure there are people out there who were getting excited about the prospect of those maps and mode being updated for a re-release on PS5, and they may be disappointed. However, I highly doubt anyone who's being excited to play this on PC is going to miss the multiplayer. They would have just been excited for the game, to just play the game on PC, I presume.
Yeah.
And finally, is Returnal DLC being teased by developer Housemarque, writes Push Square. Historically, Housemarque is usually very good at supporting its game post-launch with updates and DLC. Of all its games, though, Returnal seems to be most ripe for expansion and additional content. The PlayStation 5 shooter has had its plenty of patches to bring it up to speed, including the addition of much-requested Suspend Cycle feature. But as of yet, no DLC has been confirmed. However, a mysterious tweet from the Finnish studio may suggest that something is coming soon, after all. The tweet from @Housemarque simply says, Atropos, hashtag Returnal. With a space lady with, is that a real emoji? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm just like realizing, is that a real emoji? Like, that's not something that's like a real, is that a real emoji?
I assume so.
With the sparkles there? Like, something about the sparkles that makes it seem like it's, apparently. Oh, it says it's like, I search it and it comes up with happy as official music.
It's an astronaut.
Yeah, but the sparkles.
I assume there's
an
an astronaut emoji.
Okay, yeah, okay. That makes sense, I guess, yeah. Push Square continues. Above is an image of something within the game that we don't recognize. Alongside the simple caption, it leads us to believe that this is a teaser for an upcoming content update, perhaps some premium DLC. The way the tweet itself written, Atropos, could suggest whatever this might be will not take place in the game's imposing alien planet. Is Celine about to enter a whole new hostile realm? That's just speculation on our part, but the thought of new adventures in this wonderful game is certainly exciting. It's also hard to ignore the Game Awards is only a couple of weeks away, which would be a perfect venue in which to make an announcement. I would say that although I don't particularly recognize that image in the game, there are statues. Like, so it's a statue, right? It's an image of like a statue or something somewhere. There are plenty of statues in the game, and some that I would say look similar to that. I can't say that one like stands out as one I can 100% say I've seen, They're saying they haven't seen it, so let's say that's true. And even if it was a statue in the game, I feel like it would be a very weird tweet, considering it's just a really random statue that doesn't say anything much, and the screenshot or the picture is someone like who's got this up on a screen, and it doesn't look like it's in normal game mode either, and it's just a picture or something. So, yeah, what do you reckon? Housemarque doing DLC for Returnal, announced at Game Awards, yay or nay?
Yay, because Jeff needs more announcements. I don't know what he's going to announce. He's got like 50 years meant to have, so why not?
Does he need
Returnal DLC?
Does he need more? Like, he always, I'm pretty sure
Apparently.
he says like 1 million. So I don't need the show to go for like 10 hours because I want to like record our episode of Arcade Catch, which you should be looking forward to following next Friday's Game Awards show. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for more Returnal DLC. My problem is that like, it's the sort of thing where if they renounce it and the difficulty of the DLC is like closer towards the end game, because I haven't played it for a while, it'll be that sort of thing where I betcha, like, it's out, and I'll be like, cool, dive in, die. Fuck, I forgot how to play this game. Like,
yeah.
I'm out. Peace out. Like, you know, whereas at least playing it from the start, you get that slow build up of, slight slow build up of the,
sucking and then getting
difficulty.
better.
Yeah, and that sort of thing. Whereas, so that's my only fear whenever they announce DLC for games that are hard or hardish or something, but I'm down. I don't know if it's a Game Awards announcement. I don't know if that, I mean, why not? It could be a random announcement that happens right after we finish recording this, for all I know. Wouldn't surprise me.
Probably.
That'll do it for this week's episode of Quantum Explosion. Let us know any comments, questions, or concerns you have about the show. Game Awards, DLC, Tom Holland, Uncharted movie, Nathan Drake, Uncharted game, multiplayer, Uncharted multiplayer, Last of Us multiplayer. Where's that? It's coming soon. Game Awards. Apparently, according to
Uncharted in PS Home.
Uncharted in PS Home. PS Home in Uncharted. Who's to say? Let us know all that by tweeting at us, either explosionnetwork.com/Twitter, take you to our Twitters, joining our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord, and talk to us over there. If you like this episode and thought it was worth $1, or you think any previous episodes are worth $1, and you think any future episodes could be worth $1, because your futures now. Head on over to explosionnetwork.com/Ko-fi, where you could donate, or /support, sorry, which will take you to our Ko-fi page, explosionnetwork.com/support. Take you to our Ko-fi page. Until next week, remember, every trophy counts. Hey, don't forget you can subscribe to the show wherever you're currently listening, and you can drop a review if you can. Find more great shows like this and more content over at explosionnetwork.com, and please consider supporting us for as little as $1 over on our Ko-fi page by heading to explosionnetwork.com/support. Thanks for listening.